Hello, friends. So the other day, I found myself on a boat with 3 other friends. We were returning home from a day trip to this island, not far from where we live. And so on the way home, we ran into some weather, unfortunately. And so the weight of all of us, plus our gear, meant that, in order to keep the boat afloat, we'd have to throw some things overboard. Now, 3 of us just had backpacks filled with camping gear, of varying value. But my one friend, John, well, he not only had a backpack, but he also brought his bike with him on the trip. So that, of course, was quite a bit heavier than what everyone else had. So the choice of what to throw overboard was pretty simple. And so, regrettably, well, John's bike didn't make it home with us. So now we're in a situation where John has requested some sort of compensation for the loss of his bike. The way he sees it, he sacrificed his bike so that we can make it safely back to shore. And so now it's only fair that he shouldn't have to suffer the loss all on his own. Furthermore, according to him, the law of general average makes clear that we should contribute a little bit to pay for his bike, even though our gear made it home intact. Wait, what? The law of general average? Okay, I get the logic, but what does this situation have to do with an average? Well, apparently, quite a bit. You see, as I learned in my research after we got home, our modern word average was originally a legal term used in maritime trade, and it described the principle of maritime law dating back to ancient Greece, where, in a situation where random goods were thrown off a ship due to inclement weather or some other emergency, the cost of the lost goods had to be spread equally among all parties shipping goods on that same ship, even by those who didn't suffer any damage at all. And so, in the Middle Ages, centuries after the concept was first described in Latin and Greek texts, the word avaria, the ancestor of average, gradually became closely associated with this ancient practice. For example, traders from the Italian state of Genoa started using it to describe goods that were damaged or lost during maritime trade travel. The word avaria's origin is not known exactly, but most experts believe that it is a descendant of the Arabic awaria, or damaged good, from awar, or flaw, defect, which, interestingly, stems from the root awira, or to lose an eye. And that Arabic verb is an ancestor of numerous words in modern languages referring to accidents and breakdowns, mostly in the maritime context. For example, among many others, Russian, Georgian, German, Greek, French, and of course, Italian. Anyway, from Arabic, through Old Italian, then French, and then Middle English, the word gradually found its way into modern English, where in certain contexts it still refers to that legal term used in maritime trade. So there we go, the modern word average that we're familiar with today, and that we nowadays usually associate with central tendencies and representative values, and all that fun stuff that we learned in math and statistics class, was originally all about calculating damages, and specifically equitably calculating the damage incurred from goods lost at sea. So now, back to my friend John and his jettisoned bike. Well, it seems that both legally and etymologically, it all adds up, and his proposal to abide by the principle of general average seems legit. To figure out how much each of my 3 friends and I owe him for damages, we'll just take the market value of his bike and divide it equally among all 4 of us, which, from what I remember from math class back in the day, is all just simple arithmetic, if you know what I mean. Thanks for watching.